Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about, is it biblical to invest? And maybe, I grew up with the idea that only greedy people invested. And if they did invest, it was in stocks and bonds and things like that. And that we'll address that in a different video. But to start with, I want to just talk about this idea of investing and is it biblical to invest? There's a story in the Bible in Matthew 25. And in this story, there's a master who comes and he gives some money to his servants. To one servant, he gives 5 talents. To another, he gives 2. And then another, he gets 1 talent. And this is according to their abilities. So the first guy goes out and he invests that and he doubles his money, his master's money. The next guy goes out and he also doubles his master's money. Well, the last guy only got 1 talent and he went and buried it because he was like, I do not want to screw this up and mess up my master's amount of money that he's given me. So he goes in fear, which a lot of us relate to around finances, and he buries the money. So later the master comes back and he settles with them. And the first guy comes back and shows him he doubled the money. And he's like, good job, we're going to give you more to manage. The next guy comes, doubles the money. Great, we're going to give you more to manage. And the last guy who was fearful and said he was trying to watch out because he knew his master had high standards. And he said, so I've saved your money for you and here it is. The master got really pissed off about that. He wanted the man to risk. It's almost as if the master would have preferred that he lose the money than just to keep it out of fear. So here's a few other things about the story. In this story, what we know is that when you look at kind of the culture at that time and the amount of money, even 1 talent, if I'm remembering right, was almost about a year's worth of money. So even the servant who didn't get that much had a vast wealth. And so what we know about this, basically the idea of this parable is that whatever you were given, it's a vast amount of wealth. And you can think of that financially, you can think of that as in the talents, i.e. gifts you have. What are the things you're good at? We are meant to invest, even at the risk of losing it. God would rather have us invest than lose it. Here's where we get stuck sometimes though. In this story, it's the master's money and the stewards have it to manage. It's the same with us. It's not our money, it's God's. And at first I thought that idea was kind of depressing. I didn't really like that idea. I wanted my own money. But it's actually really freeing because when God is trusting it to us, He's madly in love with us. So He's going to give us what we want and need. Those servants were well cared for. They didn't want for anything. And when we steward and we keep that in mind, it frees us because we just do what He tells us to do. So as you move forward in your life, and we'll talk about it in another episode about how to invest and what to invest, because that can be confusing too. But for now, I want you to keep in mind, it is actually biblical to invest. You are not supposed to take what you've been given and bury it. If there's a talent you've been given, you're supposed to be utilizing it. If there's money in your life, you're supposed to have an eye on investing that and growing it, because there's a world in need. And you're going to need to have some money as a tool, not as a power. Your power is going to come from God, but money is a tool. And you're going to need to use it to make an impact on this world. So we hope you'll move out from here with confidence about the things that are in your life. Think about what is in your life. And if you want to know more about this, we have a link below, and we'd encourage you to take us up on our 1-week trial period on our membership community and learn more about this and be around people who are looking toward investing in their lives as well.